Hey everyone, from all of us here at Ryzen Insurance, welcome. If you're running out of property on a short-term basis here in Arizona, you're not just a host, you're actually running a business. But the big question is your business properly protected? Today we're going to walk through the essential insurance coverages every single Arizona host needs to know about. We'll use some real-life, local scenarios to show you why your standard policy, well, it probably isn't enough. Let's get into it.
Right here in the Phoenix, Tempe, and Scottsdale area, our short-term rental market has its own unique set of risks. We've got really high guest turnover, the constant threat of monsoon damage, and, of course, the liability that comes with having awesome amenities like a pool. Here's the problem, though. Your standard insurance policy, it likely wasn't designed to handle any of this, and that could leave you seriously exposed.
So, this is the absolute crucial point. Your standard homeowners policy sees your rental as a business. And because of that, most of these policies have something called a business activity exclusion. Now, what does that mean for you? It means if a claim comes up from your rental, whether it's property damage or a guest getting hurt, it could be flat out denied. Gone, leaving you to foot the entire bill. Your STR is a business and it absolutely has to be insured like one.
Okay. First up, let's talk about protecting your physical assets. This is the core of your investment, right? We're talking about the building itself and everything you've put inside it to make it a fantastic place for your guests to stay.
Imagine this for a second. You get that dreaded call about your Scottsdale rental. A guest was cooking, they got distracted for just a minute, and now you're dealing with a kitchen fire. It's damaged the cabinets, the flooring, even the walls. It is an absolute nightmare scenario. But you know what? It happens.
And this is exactly where property or building coverage comes into play. It's designed to protect the physical structure of your rental, the walls, the roof, all those built-in systems. This is your #1 line of defense against major disasters like a fire, a big storm, or any other significant damage a guest might cause.
All right, let's switch gears to another all-too-common scenario. Let's say you have a rental over in Tempe, maybe near the university. Your guests decide to throw a little party, and by the time they check out, your brand new smart TV is smashed and there's some really nasty stains all over that expensive sofa. This is where your contents and furnishings coverage is a lifesaver. See, this isn't about the walls or the roof. It's about all the personal property you use to furnish the rental. We're talking appliances, decor, linens, even the forks and knives you provide. With high guest turnover, protecting these items is absolutely critical.
Now, let's consider a much more serious situation. You've had to evict a guest because they were breaking the rules. They don't take it well at all, and out of pure spite, they intentionally smash windows and break furniture on their way out. This isn't an accident anymore. This is vandalism.
Now, what's really important to know here is that this kind of thing highlights a major gap in a lot of standard policies. They often exclude intentional damage by a tenant or a guest. And that's exactly why having a specific vandalism and guest-caused damage clause in your policy is so important. It protects you from both the accidental and the malicious stuff. So, we've covered the physical property. Now, let's shift gears and talk about protecting the financial side of your business. That's your income stream and, of course, your personal assets.
We all know how intense Arizona monsoons can get. So, just imagine a severe storm rolls through Phoenix and takes a chunk out of your rental's roof. Now, the structure itself is covered, sure, but the property is uninhabitable. You're suddenly forced to cancel 3 straight weeks of solid bookings right in the middle of peak season. Ouch. This is precisely what loss of rental income coverage is for. If your property becomes unrentable because of a covered event, like that monsoon storm or the kitchen fire we talked about earlier, this coverage helps replace that lost income. It's what protects your cash flow and keeps your business on its feet during that downtime.
Okay, here it is. This is the scenario that keeps so many Arizona hosts up at night. A guest is having a great time by the pool at your Scottsdale property. They slip on the wet deck and they break their wrist. The very next thing you know, you're being sued for their medical bills, their lost wages, the whole shebang. This is, and I'm not exaggerating, one of the most important coverages you can possibly have. Guest and public liability protects you financially if a guest gets hurt on your property and you're found legally responsible. It can cover medical bills, legal fees, and massive settlements, basically shielding your personal assets from a devastating lawsuit.
So how much is enough? Well, given the high risk of guest injuries, especially with awesome amenities like pools, most specialized carriers recommend a minimum limit of $1 million. Now, that might sound like a huge number, but a single lawsuit can easily blow past that. This is really not the place you want to cut corners.
Every property is different. So a one-size-fits-all policy,
It just rarely works. Real peace of mind comes from tailoring your coverage to your specific rental and the unique risks that it faces.
So you can actually enhance your policy with several key add-ons. Think about coverage for your HVAC breaking down or specific liability for your pool and hot tub. You can even get coverage for things like bed bug remediation. These endorsements really let you fine-tune your policy to cover what truly matters for your property. And here's a perfect, classic Arizona example of why these add-ons matter so much. It's 110 degrees in July, and the AC unit at your rental completely dies. You've got to refund the guest's entire stay and then scramble to get it fixed. Equipment breakdown coverage can help cover the cost of repairing or replacing that system, which, as we know, is absolutely crucial out here.
Okay, we have covered a lot of ground here, so let's bring it all together and talk about your path to getting the right protection and really just getting some true peace of mind.
So, what are the most important things to take away from all this? Number 1, your standard homeowner's policy is almost certainly not enough. Number 2, you're running a business and it needs business-grade insurance. 3, comprehensive coverage protects 3 things: your physical property, your rental income, and you from liability. And finally, a policy that's tailored for Arizona's unique risks isn't just a good idea, it's essential. Look, finding the right policy can feel pretty complex, which is why working with a specialist can make all the difference. At Rise Insurance, we're a local Arizona agency, and we partner with specialized carriers to build custom coverage profiles just for short-term rental owners. We know this market because, well, we live here too. So, the real takeaway is this. Please don't wait for a claim to happen to find out you have a major gap in your coverage. If you want to take the next step, we're offering a free, no-obligation review of your current rental policy. Just give us a call at the number on your screen. At the end of the day, protecting your property isn't just about insurance. It's about making sure your business can thrive no matter what comes its way.